right, what's going on, everybody? Who we 186 back again with the Overrated Podcast, episode 107. Um, Unfortunately, we do have to start. We had to start late because I had a bunch of stuff I had to do before I got here, and Steve has to go to work early in the morning, so we have to do a short show today, and we have a bunch of shit that we want to talk about. Anyway, what's going on, man? How you doing?
Yeah, so it is not because of me. We were supposed to have a show Thursday. Didn't happen. We were supposed to have a show Saturday.
Wait, 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 wait,
Didn't happen.
wait. Thursday. What happened Thursday?
Yeah, what happened Thursday?
I don't know. I know Saturday. No, no. Oh, wait, hold on. Let me check WhatsApp. Hold on.
Yeah, so
Let
while
me
you
check.
do that, yeah, it's been let me see. It's been a very interesting. Well, it was a very interesting day today. Fire alarms going off, and it was just oh man, a very unusual day. But like Ubi said, we are going to do a podcast tonight. It's going to be short, but I think it is going to be very juicy, very, 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 very juicy topic. And we will try, hopefully, if Ubi's available, we will try to do one this Thursday, which will
Mhm.
be a gaming topic, mainly a gaming podcast day. And we'll hopefully, if Seapring is here, hopefully he'll be able to join us on Thursday. And also we might do one Saturday. We'll see.
Mhm.
We will definitely see. But yeah, dude, you've been MIA. What's been going on with you? That's the real question.
Well, I mean, I looked at it Thursday. We could have done a Thursday show. It was late, but I'm trying to figure out. I was trying to figure out what I was doing Thursday to where we would have been late. I don't remember what I was doing. Saturday, I just had a bunch of stuff that was going on, so I just could I completely forgot. And by the time I remembered, it was obviously too late. I was already on my way to work. So
Yeah.
so yeah, Thursday I do have a potential commitment that I might have to take care of. So I don't know about that. Saturday obviously is a bit tricky, but I can try. We'll see what we can do. We'll see what we can do. 'Cause I always like doing podcasts with Siegfried. So and we got a lot to talk about. So
Yes. Yes, we do.
yeah. All right, so I mean, you're the one that has to go to work early, so you want to get this
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. I do have to work early tomorrow, which is fine. Like it's no. I mean, it's no, isn't that that big of a deal? I mean, getting extra hours, extra money is nothing for me to complain about. So I'm definitely excited about that. And I wanted to give a quick shout out, but now I forgot who I was supposed to give it to. so, hopefully, if I remember what it is, I'll definitely give the person a shout out. But right now, I honestly cannot remember. All right, so you didn't even tell me what the order of the topic was going to be.
Dude, we only have two topics. Just talk about Usyk and Noah Lyles. That's it.
Sure. All right. So the first thing we're going to be talking about, well, I guess we'll talk about what happened at the Olympics. Now, I have put this
Oh, not Olympics. World isn't it the World Championships?
yeah, World Championship. It's
Oh,
it.
no, no, no. Whoa, wait.
What's wrong
Do
with
do
you?
do Usyk and do that first. 'Cause that's the least important. That's the least important one.
You didn't you just say, oh, we have two topics, so it doesn't matter. That's why
No,
I
we
asked
just
you the
gonna start
order.
start with the one. Start with the one that's which one's more juicier, Usyk and that bullshit, or what Noah Lyle said.
Oh, all right, that's fine, that's fine. Then
Come on,
next time, don't say, oh, it's
all
just
right,
two topics and pick one,
okay,
right?
fine. All
Yeah.
right.
All right. So anyway, I'll go back on Twitter anyways, and so I could definitely show you guys why we are now. We don't really talk about boxing too much on this channel, and I think that, in my opinion, I think the main reason why that you and I don't really talk about it as much is because, like you and I have said, boxing is a joke. It's not something that I've been, trying to take serious in recent past, and and from what I've heard from a lot of people who actually like boxing, they have said it's just not as exciting like it used to be. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not exciting like it used to be, and unlike what happens in UFC, like where people want two professional fighters to fight, and then we don't get it. It kind of leaves, at least for me, it just turns me off, and I just no longer want to tune in, to the sport. Now I don't know how it affects you, but that's how it affects me. What about you?
No, I just think that the politics behind the sport is horseshit. And I just don't. I'm just not interested in following it because I know that we're not going to get the best fights. And that's part of their strategy. So
Wait,
I'm
hold on,
like,
hold on, hold on, hold on, hold on. What do you mean by strategy?
it's part of their strategy. The reason why I guarantee you, the reason why Floyd for all those years avoided fighting Manny Pacquiao because he wanted to get him at his weakest point.
Oh,
The reason because he should have fought him 2 years before it happened.
yeah.
Frankly, he did the same thing with Canelo Alvarez. He should have fought Canelo probably I would say like 3 years after they initially fought when
Okay.
Canelo became a better boxer. But it's something that boxing promoters and some boxers do all the time. They pick and choose their opponents at the expense of the fans. So when you do that, when you going in, when you and when your main goal, when your main marketing tool is to starve the fans of fights they want to see, then yeah, I'm not screw your sport. Screw your sport. I'm not.
Yeah.
I have no interest in. I have no interest in watching.
Um. Um. Yeah. Well. Yeah. That's the reason why I have always given. I know you don't really like Dana, right? I mean, I don't really care about him that much, but at the very least, he does try to put in, the best fights, the best show, what fans, actually want to see. You know what I'm
I
saying?
mean,
Like,
he does it better than boxing, but their strategy is a lot more is a lot different. It's a lot easier to do it because they are the big promotion in town, and
hmm
they have their boxers. I mean, their fighters are independent contractors, which is a oxymoron. But yeah, but they're not going to promote co-promotional fights. They're not going to do that. So if you're not part of their if you're not part of UFC, then you're not going to fight someone from like a PFL or Bellator or anything like that. As long
yeah.
as you're in UFC, and it's not that big of a deal because they have most of the best fighters in the world. So that's not really that big of a deal. But you know, at the end of the day, and their fighters are paid significantly less than boxers. They don't have the freedom that boxers do, and it's a just different animal. Even though I understand what you're saying, and I do tend to agree,
hmm
but yeah, but their thing is a lot different. It's more. I would probably say it's more about trying to screw over the fighters more than anything else that I don't like about Dana.
Definitely fair enough.
Yeah.
That definitely fair enough. But okay, so yeah, so this is a boxing topic, real quick, real fast. And the reason why I wanted to talk about this now, I didn't watch the fight. I actually wanted to watch it, but no one in the chat, really much said anything. And plus, I didn't want to spend money by myself. Like if this was going to be like a group, a group setting where it's me, it's you, or if it's, let's say, Randy and Soul and whoever else wants to join in, I think it would have been a much cheaper price. But since I didn't really get a response, I was not going to pay. But if you were right that it shows these fights in the air house, then I'm definitely gonna be keeping an eye on that because I don't want to be I don't want to pretty much be wrong in the situation to where I had a chance to see it, but thinking that it wasn't being shown anywhere. So, but anyway, the reason why we're talking about it is because of a controversy call. Now, Usyk won the fight. He obviously, he won the fight where the device he pretty much gave up on a jab punch. Now, I want to show that a little bit later, but for right now, this is what I want everybody to see real quick. And I want
Before you get to it, let me read Ruben. Let me acknowledge Ruben. Ruben's here. How you doing, bro?
what's up, Ruben?
Early shout out for my birthday. So happy birthday, Ruben.
Oh snap! So how old? Big shout out to you, sir. How old are you now?
Yeah, go ahead. Get your video ready.
And he says hi Whitney. Of course, if Whitney joins in, that's great. And he also said world championships. Now I'm not sure what you mean by that. I'm assuming you're talking about about the situation with Noah. And if so, trust me, we're gonna get to that. I'm definitely excited, to talk about that. Now, here we go. This is what I'm gonna talk about right here. As can you see this?
No, not yet. Okay, hold on.
How about now?
Yeah.
Okay, so now I'm trying to get a good clear view. I think there's one right. Okay, yeah, one right here. Where so this is Usyk for those of you who don't know, and this is Dubios. What I can never pronounce his name. Dubai,
Uh,
whatever his name is.
I heard it pronounced as Dubis.
Okay,
It could be
so
Dubois, but it could be. I heard it pronounced as Dubis.
okay, so pretty much. Let me see if I could hot right there. Okay, now let me also put a full view. Can you see? Can you see it clearly? Oh no. Can you see it good?
Yeah.
Okay, so he pretty much now here's what's funny. When I was looking at several clips, now points was not he didn't lose a point or anything.
No.
The referee just stopped the fight, gave Usyk whatever rest that he needed and that he requires, and which now in my opinion, Hovi, you're gonna disagree with me when I say this, but when you receive a low blow, I don't think you should take as much time as you want. I don't think so. I don't think even if it was now. Well, you know what? Let me just put that on pause, real quick. Do you believe, Hoovy, that this was a low blow?
It's hard to tell. If I had to guess, would I count it as a low blow? The answer is no. I wouldn't.
Oh, you wouldn't.
Mm.
Oh snap! Oh, you wouldn't. Okay. I thought
I,
you was gonna
I,
say.
I, I will. I will say that. Go rewind back a little bit.
Oh, c'est même pas un
C'est
combat.
pas si bas que ça, effectivement.
Non.
Yep. All right. I don't want to play the rest of it. Right? We pretty much get the gist of how they feel, what's his opinion on it, and yeah, I honestly believe that based of all the dude, and I'm telling you, Hoovy, when I was looking at clips, listening to people's comments on Twitter, in the early morning, I came to the determination that yes, it was very close, but I think majority of the glove was on the baseline, and so was on the belt line. So I think it was legal. Looks like we got some comments.
Yeah, let me read them from Nolan. If a low blow happens in MMA, they get 20 seconds to recover and start back up. We see it happen with a repeat fairly often. Well, actually, they have 5 minutes to recover, but most of the time they kind of like just like to, they most fighters won't take the full 5 minutes. But the rule book says that fighters should get 5 minutes to recover from a low
Right.
blow. When in combat, you don't sag your trunk. So if you hit the waistline, you're hitting the belly button or lower rib. Okay. Um, you're not even getting upper crotch. Their boxing titles have a hierarchy, but that isn't clear which and what is better. And for some reason, Fury's titles rank lower. Yeah, I mean, part of it is because he retired when he was the when he was, I think he was undisputed champion when he retired, and then obviously the title went around and Usyk won. Usyk won 3 of the 4, and I mean it is what it is. It is what it is.
Um, I didn't know that it was that long. Like 5 minutes, like that. That's a long
Yeah,
time. To recover. Like wow,
yeah. I mean, right.
that's a.
That's true. I think that's the official MMA rule book. Like you get 5 minutes to recover. Most guys don't take the 5 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Did I watch All In from Critical Drop? No, I wasn't able to. I wasn't able to. But I know everything that happened. So
Wait. Oh, what's going on? Critical drop. I hope you're having fun up there in Orlando. So yeah, shout out to him with that. Um. Oh, okay. Yeah. AEW. Like, have you been catching up with what's going on over there?
yeah,
Okay, so you've been consistently staying in tune in AEW. Is it still better than WWE?
yeah. In my opinion,
Oh,
it is.
okay. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so I guess that's pretty much it. And that's really all I have. Um, let me see. Like this article says from Crimea, Ukraine scored fifth in the overall English boxing in the world title following. Okay, Joshua twice. Okay, all right. I mean, yeah, I was trying to look at this article to see if there's anything important for me to mention, and I don't think they mentioned anything that's really important. So with all that being said, I'm pretty much done. With this, with this topic here. At the end of the day, though, I think he deserves a rematch, and um, hopefully, he will be able to, bounce back and maybe, get one of the titles. But at the end of the day, like you said, the most important thing that we care about is Usyk versus Fury. That's the fight that we want to see, not freaking Fury versus what's that guy name from UFC that he's gonna be
Ngannou.
fighting. Yeah, like that joke fight that you and I have mentioned before.
Yeah.
And I know it's not a topic we already addressed it already. I'm still surprised that you're not blaming Ngannou at all, because and the reason why I say that is because you and I both know that he knows he's not going to win that fight. It's all it is a cash grab for him. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm that's why I'm surprised that you let him slide, but you started talking. You was upset with Fury. That's the only thing that shocked me. I'm upset with both of them, but I mean,
Well, I mean, look at what we have now, because we're potentially gonna have to wait for Usyk and Fury because they didn't want to fight each other the first time. And from all reports, the guy who's been you know denying the fight has been Fury.
isn't it? Aren't both of them like not doing anything? Because from what I thought, neither one of them are truly trying to pursue, this fight between the two
No,
of them.
the guy who is trying to get the higher money is the one that's always to blame for these fights not coming through. Fury is the one that is petitioned to make more money, which he was going to anyway.
Hmm.
But it's always another stipulation. It's always something else with Fury. He's the one that's holding this fight up, not Usyk.
Say it one more time.
Usyk is no Fury is the one that's holding this fight up, not Usyk.
Okay, okay. That's what you're saying. Okay.
Yeah. First
That's interesting.
it was fussing about money, which Usyk agreed to take less, even though yes, Fury's the bigger name, but
Hmm.
Usyk is the guy with most of the belts.
Yeah.
but he agreed to less. Um, and then there's other stuff going on too. With him, saying, "Oh, I'm gonna retire," this and that. And to me, the guy who's holding up the fight is Fury.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah. So let me
Makes
read more
sense.
comments. Yeah.
Hmm.
So Critical Drop continued best pay per view of the year. 81,000 fans. We'll be back. We'll be back. It will be back in London in 2024. Yeah. Yeah. So
So critical drop. So you saw the pay per view. So what grade would you give the pay per view? I'm curious, like, or out of scale from 1 to 10. Are you gonna watch it on movie? Like, are you gonna go back and watch it? Try to watch it.
I'll try. I mean, I know everything that happened, but
Oh, okay, okay,
I do want to watch at least some of the matches.
hmm
Um, yeah, but they had 81,000 fans at Wembley Stadium in England. It was the largest non WWE crowd ever to watch a wrestling show, and it beat. I think it might be the biggest. I think it might be the largest crowd ever to watch a wrestling. Not the largest crowd ever to watch a wrestling show. That was the WCW in North Korea, but they don't really count that
Oh, okay.
because because their government forced all those people to go to the show.
You for real? You are you kidding me?
No, I'm not. No, I'm not
Okay,
kidding. Yeah, I'm not kidding.
okay,
I'm not
okay,
kidding. They absolutely did that.
okay.
Um, but yeah, it was a major event, and I do want to make a video on it if I get a chance. I can't make no promises, but I'll try to make a video on that on it.
Oh yeah, 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 definitely. Make a video for
Yeah.
sure. Make a video.
All right. So Ruben said that I've been with you at Souls for Jones comeback. It took him under a minute. I think Jones got hit with a low blow in that fight, and then yeah, it took he took some time, but then but it didn't take 5 minutes. I think it took like a minute to compose himself. So
Yeah,
yeah, that's true there. He also says Soraya killed it. She won the women's title in her home country. That's pretty cool. Ruben also said it was interesting that they opened with the ROH tag title quick match that Cole and MJF won, not wanting to risk injury for the main event. That's true. I actually thought they were gonna have a blowaway match, but for what they did, it was pretty good. So he said that it was better than both Forbidden Door shows. Yeah, I have to watch it to determine that, but I heard that from a lot of people saying it was a great show.
oh, okay.
I said the same thing here. Yeah, one would not. Yeah. Okay. So so we can move on to the next topic.
All right. So it looks like this topic is me also. I want to do a quick. I'm gonna do a quick reading on the article real quick, and then because this right here is extremely juicy. Like I definitely want to hear what your opinion on this. What
Yeah,
this
and
is.
let me when you after you're done, let me go first on the opinion.
Okay, okay, all right. So Noah Lyles. For those of you who don't know who he is he actually won multiple championships on the 100 meter and the 200 meter. Yeah, you can see one of the gold medals that he has right here.
Mhm.
And the man, this guy, he is good. When I say good, he is good. I actually have one of the clips right here. But before I show you the clip, let's just read what he said first. Wait, you know what? No, let me show you the clip first.
Yeah.
For those of you who wants a visual. And I actually had this on Twitter, so this will be very easy for me. Let me see where it's at. Okay, right here. Wait, hold on. It's not right here. Okay, where is it? Okay, so this is Noah right here. And when I say this guy is fast, like he's fast, bro.
Men's 100 final underway. Coleman gets that characteristic fantastic start. Noah Lyles is going to have to find something special. Let's
I didn't know we were gonna watch the entire thing.
I mean, you can't handle a couple of seconds on movie. You can't. I mean, I know you don't care about track and field and gymnastics or anything like that, but you seriously can't handle like 10, 15 seconds of a race. Is really it gives you that much of a cringe movie 186?
Only when one of us has to go to work early in the morning.
We only have we only have two topics, and this is the last one, so we're fine. So we'll be fine.
Characteristic, fantastic stop. Noah Lyles is going to have to find something special. Let's sell it to my man.
Yeah.
Wow, Noah Lyles slipped right in the line.
Yeah, so he wins, a couple of gold medals. He obviously qualifies, for 2024 and in Paris. And man, I wanna talk about Richardson also, but yeah, we're running out of time. It's already 10:30. So I'll just give her a shout out, another day. And
Give her a shout out right now.
huh?
Give her a shout out right now.
All right, fine. Then I'll give her a shout out right now. So Shakira Richardson, she also won but she bounced back. Let's just leave it like that. Like she pretty much bounced back. She barely made it, to the to the semifinals, but yet this is her right here. I want to let since you brought it up, movie, I'll go and play this also. She did a fantastic job.
Women's 100 World Final. The Jamaicans get out well. It's Sharika Jackson, Shelley-Ann Fraser-Price,
Let me look how close. I mean, she's obviously ahead, but it was extremely close. Let's finish it.
Sha'Carri Richardson. Sha'Carri's done it. Sha'Carri Richardson has won the world title. She had to come from behind in the semi, but when it counted, she has done it. Sha'Carri Richardson.
Yeah, there was one where they showed.
So that's what we're close.
Yeah, right here.
I'm different now. And you watch on this outside lane. She had a much better reaction to the gun and acceleration than she did in the semifinals. So that's what we're
Look how close. Like she barely. Like you see how she barely won. Like that was extremely close. And look, and don't get me wrong. This chick here, Shamika Jackson, like she is fast. And the reason why I have posted this on Twitter was because the rivalry between America and the USA and Jamaica has just like nobody else in the rest of the world is able to compete against Jamaica and the US. Like it's always neck and neck between those two. Nobody else can come even close.
And then when the Jamaicans started to lead for the line, Sha'Carri had already had enough momentum where she was going to catch them before the line. So a championship record, a personal best. Sha'Carri just became one of the fastest women ever. Watch Sharika Jackson. She looks across. She couldn't believe it.
Yeah, she looks across. Yeah.
She looks over here and says, "Oh boy, somebody else was ahead of me." Shades of 1976 in the Olympic 100-meter men's.
Dude, I'm sorry, but I'm sorry. For those of you who don't watch this stuff, man, y'all missing out, man. Like this is just so exciting to watch.
Donald Corey of Jamaica in the 100. This looked a lot.
This is the best angle right here.
This is such an amazing race, and it's made even better by the fact that she did it from the outside lane. This looked a lot like.
Yeah, that was just phenomenal performance. So I just wanted to give her a quick shout out because obviously she wasn't doing very well in the past. She got disqualified in the last Olympics regarding with marijuana. She lost her mom, and for the fact that she is now able to come back and win gold, and she actually has multiple gold medals.
Does she qualify for the Olympics?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, absolutely. And you best believe I'm you best believe you best believe I'm going to watch that. You know how much I always try to have you and Randy and everyone else try to watch it. You the best believe I'm going to watch it. Best believe I'm going to watch it. And like I said before, I can't like the rivalry between them and Jamaica has been really, 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 really good. And Shamika Jackson, Shelly Yann, Frazier. It's really have Shelly Yann. She's really the main one that's been winning multiple of the gold medals. And I think the last person, I can't remember what country it was, but I had seen that the last country that ever won a gold medal outside of US and Jamaica was, I think, back in 2001 or 2003. I have to, so that's a long time ago. That's just pure dominance between the US and Jamaica. So I mean, shout out, to both. I'm definitely looking forward, to the Olympics next year, which is going to be in Paris. That is going to be fantastic. That's going to be fantastic. But enough with the shout out. Let's go back to Noah. To Noah real quick. So you all seen the race, with Noah, and he he had a couple of things to say regarding with the NBA. And now based on what Havana had put on the topic, he said, his dumb tweet or his dumb take or comment and whatnot. So let me read the article real quick, so I can give everyone a quick. Oh wait, I can share it. Let me share it. Share. Okay. So Noah Lyles made noise on and off the track at 2023 World Athletes Championship in Budapest, Hungary. The 26-year-old American became the first male sprinter to win both 100. Yeah, like I mentioned before, he won 200-meter events since Usain Bolt. Big shout out to Usain Bolt, man. Big shout out to him. Lyles, who claimed 200 meters on bronze at the 2020 Olympics, also became the first male sprinter since Bolt to win 3 straight 200-meter world titles. That's impressive. Lyles picked up another gold in the 400 relay as well. And while he was in the midst of adding 3 more world championships to his medal case last week, Lyles took aim at the NBA and its usage of the term world champion. This is the reason why this is a topic, ladies and gentlemen, because he has something to say regarding the NBA. Now, once again, big shout out to him for winning the world title, the world he won the gold medal. He beat several countries, obviously, and he obviously is world champion. But this is what he had to say when it comes to the NBA. Take a listen.
World champion of what?
Maybe I had to pause it. And the reason why I had to pause it, he is clearly, but just by his tone and his facial expression, he is clearly making a mockery of the NBA. Of all the NBA players, all the elite players. He is clearly making a mockery of all the recent NBA champions, past NBA champions, and obviously future teams that's going to win the championship in the NBA. This dude, let me remind it again.
World champion of what? The United States? The thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA finals and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? The United States? Don't get me wrong. I love the U.S. at times, but that ain't the world. That is not the world. We are the world. We have almost every country out here fighting, thriving, putting on their flag to show that they are represented. There ain't no flags in the NBA.
Yo. Now, before I know you have something to say, Uwe. Now, I want to show what some of the NBA players had to say regarding to his take. Let me see. But let me see. I have it right here on Twitter. Let me get it. Let me post it up. Where is it? Okay, right here. Let me. I forgot to share again. All right. Share, and I think it's right here. Yeah. Okay. Can you see it?
Yeah.
Okay. So so yeah, he said, the thing that hurts me the most is that I have to watch the NBA finals and they have world champion on their head. World champion of what? United States? and and this is Kevin Durant. He says somebody help this brother. Let me see. There was another one. What was it? Oh yeah, right here. So let's see who else has something to say. So yeah, so Kevin Durant says somebody help this brother. Damian Lillard said, the F with 2 laughing emojis. Then someone says, whatever, I'm smoking buddy in
That's Aaron
200
Gordon.
meter. Hmm?
That's Aaron Gordon.
Oh, that is Aaron Gordon. Yeah, that is Aaron Gordon. You're right. Thanks. Yeah, this ain't it. Last time I checked, the NBA was the best competition in the world, all capital. And he says, big fan, but gone with
That's
what happened?
Udonis Haslam.
Yeah. Big fan, but gone with that bull and whatever. You know who this one is?
Udonis Haslam.
Okay, awesome. I appreciate that. Now,
Okay. Can you hear me? Steve, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, what name did I just say?
You said Udonis Haslam.
Okay. All right, I thought you weren't hearing me for a second.
Oh, okay, yeah, I heard you. Okay. Before I read the rest of the article, go ahead. I know you have something to say.
All right, read the article.
Oh, okay. You still want me to read the article? All right.
No, I mean, if is there anything else relevant to the story or no? Because I feel like the only thing we needed to hear was what he said.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. We can do that. Go ahead.
Yeah. Okay. I understand the concept of what he's saying. I understand what he's trying to say. But you can't compare what he's doing to what the NBA is doing. You're comparing an individual sport and a team sport. And yes, I know they had the rally thing too. But you have that. And also let's keep it a buck. Right? Let's keep it a buck. He wants to say that, we're competing with people across the world. So is the NBA. And I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Luka Doncic. Where's he from? I asked you a question.
Yeah, I forgot where he's from.
Is he Serbian? No, he's not Serbian. Damn it, I forgot where he's from too. But he's not from America.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Where did he go? Where did he go to play?
In the NBA.
Yeah. Giannis Antetokounmpo. He's Greek.
He's Greek.
Where did he go to play?
In the NBA.
Exactly. You look at Joel Embiid. He came over to this country to ultimately play in the NBA. Ben Simmons from Australia came over here to play in the NBA. Dirk Nowitzki came in from Germany to play in the NBA. Here's the thing that he's not understanding. Just because it's only taking place in that country, the facts is that he is doing exactly the same thing that the NBA players are doing. They're competing against the very best in the world in their field. The only difference is there's an organization that they play in to do that, which is the NBA, right?
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to what Noah Lyles is doing, one, he has to compete in the regional championships, right? So he probably been doing track and field since he was I guarantee you ever since high school. He had to be the best there in order to be the best in order to get a scholarship to go to college, right?
Okay.
He had to be the best in college in order to get noticed when it comes to the nationals. He had to compete against all the best athletes in the United States to do that, and then he progressed to where he's at now, to where he's pretty much the best in the world right now.
Okay.
The goal is to reach the highest levels of your competition, and the top level of his competition is competing in the world championships and then ultimately qualifying for the Olympics. That's it. That's the highest level for him. The highest level for a basketball player is the NBA. That's the highest level. There is no league in the world that competes with the NBA. There's tons of leagues. They have tons of leagues. They have leagues in England. They have leagues in France. They have leagues in Spain. They have leagues in Australia. I'm sure they
Hmm.
have leagues in Mexico and stuff like that. The best league is the NBA. You now. I will say this: you can make a claim for if someone plays in baseball, right? MLB. In my
Okay.
opinion, they are the best players in the league. They are. But you can make an argument for teams in Japan, Korea, or Mexico or the Dominican Republic because it's a global game. It's a global game, right? Now, most NBA players, most baseball players, excuse me, will likely want to go to MLB. Likely will go to MLB.
Yeah.
But you can be a great player in Japan and do well. You could be a great player in Korea and do well and all the other stuff, right?
Yeah.
And NHL the same way. The NHL is the best hockey league in the world, in my opinion. But they also have very competitive leagues in Canada and in Europe, especially in Russia and stuff like that. There's a competitive issue. There's a competitive factor to where you can make a case for the NHL being the best league, but there are also tons. There are also great leagues around the world.
Yeah. But here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
You you mentioned how it's not even close. Like the gap between the NBA and the rest of the league is when you say it's far greater than with the MOB or with the NHL. That the gap is actually closer when compared to the rest of the world.
When it comes to basketball,
Yeah, compared to
no,
okay. So you think the gap between basketball and the rest of the world is similar with the NHL and the MLB?
no, I think it's wider.
Yeah, with the NBA is wider.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
think for the NBA is wider.
So what I'm saying is the competition is close enough to where you can't make the argument that the MOB is the best in the world the same way how you could say the NBA is the best in the world, correct?
It would be harder because the sport matters in this case. So I'll put it to you like this: if I put together if I can make the best team, the best NFL team,
Yeah,
right? Let's say if I pick all the top 50 players in the NFL,
yeah,
I put them on a team, and they just play against the world. They'll destroy the world.
yes, I agree.
Yeah, they will destroy the world because football is the sport that we invented and we dominate that sport. 'Cause that sport's not a global sport like soccer or whatever, right?
Hmm.
Now, like you said, when it comes to basketball, I think if we really got our top talent in basketball, I think we would dominate.
Okay.
But yeah, you are right. I wouldn't say the gap is wider. What I'm saying is that when it comes to the league itself, to the sport itself, to the NBA, I'm talking about mainly just the NBA. All the best players go there, all around the world. If you're good at basketball, you're trying to play in the NBA.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean? Because that not only because it's where the best players play, is where you can also make the most money.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? Like and baseball's kind of the same way, but like if a player doesn't pan out, he's not going to get paid. You know what I mean? It's lots of different rules in place when it comes to that, and it's difficult. But when it comes to the NBA, I feel like the when it comes to the NBA, that's where all the best talent is at. That's where the end goal is. When you go to like with Lyles, his end goal is to go to the Olympics, and he had to take all these steps to get there. When it comes to
Yeah.
a basketball player, they go through AAU, they go to college. Sometimes they go to college. But at the end of the day, everyone's goal is to go to the NBA. That's the goal. That's the end goal. So for him to say the reason why I think what he said was stupid is because at the end of the day, those guys you can quibble about them calling themselves world champion, but I guarantee you that whoever NBA team wins the NBA championship are bar none the best team in the world. There ain't no place in the world where you can get teams together like anywhere. You can get a league together and you'll have the best players. You have the best basketball. That's not gonna happen.
Hmm.
That's not gonna happen.
Okay, so this is what I want to say.
Mhm.
I understand what he's trying to say. I truly understand what he's trying to say. That the NBA, they're only playing pretty much in America. Like they're not facing people in Europe. They're not facing teams in South America and Australia. You know, like you mentioned. But here's the thing that I want to say though, Blue 186. The
Mhm.
reason why I don't think his take is as crazy or as ridiculous as you and most people are is that now that we do have guys like a Giannis, guys like a Joel Embiid, guys like Luca. Now that we have, because remember, before the only few guys that we had who made it to at least All Star or that became a star was temporarily, Jeremy Lin. Yao Ming, obviously, he became a really big star when he went to Houston Rockets. But we didn't.
Jeremy Lin's American.
Oh, he is.
Yeah, he's
For some
American.
for some reason, I thought he was Asian.
I mean,
Okay,
he's Asian. He's obviously Asian, but I believe he was born here.
I would have to go and check because I could have sworn I didn't know he was born here. But if he was born here, then that yeah, I
let
don't
me
mind
look.
looking. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
you look you look while I keep talking. The thing what I'm trying to say is that we didn't really have a trend of guys coming from different places in America. I don't think as much as we do now is what I'm trying to say. I don't
No,
think
I
we
was saying,
had
yeah.
because we go ahead.
No. Go ahead.
Oh, because I thought you was gonna say something. Okay, because we had guys in recent past. We had guys like Dirk Nowitzki, Steve Nash. I can't remember. Is Steve Nash an American?
No, he's Canadian.
Canadian. Okay, yeah. So we had you guys like Steve Nash. But here at the present time, at how the NBA is currently constructed, like we really have guys all over the place now. So although I think you are right that we are still the best in the world, I I do believe that based on what we have been seeing as far as Giannis and Embiid and everybody else and Luca and et cetera, and and Joker, we are starting to see more and more talent elsewhere than just in the NBA. We're starting to see more people who are coming
No.
internationally. Go
No.
ahead.
They okay. All right. So first thing first, when it comes to Jeremy Lin, he was born in California.
Oh, he was born in okay, so he's American. Okay.
Yeah, so he is American. He's Asian, but he's American. Now,
Yeah.
also let me say this. Now, yeah, there's more talent around the world,
That's what I'm
but
trying to say.
where are all the talent going?
Yeah, they're going to the NBA.
Yeah. And if you're competing in the NBA, you're competing against the best players in the world. So if the NBA is the top league, and we all acknowledge that, if
Of
they're the
course.
top
Yeah.
league, and you have a team that ends up becoming the best championship in that league, yeah, then yeah, you're the best team in the top league with all the top talent, and you're the champion. Because I think what's going on with him is that he's getting stuck on the whole, oh well, they're the best team in the United States. Yeah, because that's where his employment is at. That's where his employer is at.
Hmm.
That's where their employers are at. But at the end of the day, all the best players go to that league. If you're worth a damn in England or in Italy or in Spain or Australia or Canada or Mexico or wherever, Argentina, that's your goal.
Yeah.
And if you're going in the NBA, you're competing against the best players in the world. You're going against the best players in the world.
Hmm.
So if you're competing against the best and you win, then that means you are the best. That means you are the world champion.
Well, but I see that's why I wanted to bring up guys like Giannis and everyone else. Because remember, Victor, he was born where France, I think they say France, right? Victor, well, I can't even
Women,
say the last
yeah.
name. The winning Yama, yeah, whatever. Now everyone is projecting him to be, like the, like whether
Yeah,
it's the next
yeah.
Tim Duncan or whatever, like he's going to
Yeah.
be a top guy. The same way how people felt about Zion, right?
Mhm.
Now he's another one who came outside of the United States. So I bring all of this up to have you understand that I don't necessarily believe that this huge gap that we had in the past, although I think it's still huge. Now I'm with you there. I still think the gap between America and the rest of the world is still big. But now that we're constantly seeing more talented players coming internationally, I think that gives us a vision that we are seeing more talent elsewhere, and that it brings better competition to the NBA. Because I guarantee you, Victor Miala is not the last guy who's going to be an elite talent. I guarantee you, there's more guys that are out there. They're just not in the NBA.
Okay, I messed up because I mischaracterized what I was trying to say.
Oh, okay.
When it comes to the NBA, I'm talking about just strictly NBA. Forget country or anything like that. You take the
Okay.
top 10 players in the NBA and you put them against anybody in the world, they will smoke them. And I'm no regardless of country or whatever. You take the top 10 players in the NBA. They could be American, Canadian, Spanish, whoever. You take
Yes,
the top 10 players in the NBA, you have them compete against the top 10 players in any league, they're winning no matter what.
I agree.
And that to me, that's the point that I want to focus on right now. It's not about country. It really isn't about country, because you're right when it comes to USA versus the world and everything like that. Yeah, the gap has gone smaller. The gap has gone smaller. Like you have great teams all over the world. Like Spain has a good team. I think France. I know they got eliminated from the World Cup a couple of days ago, but they obviously have a good team.
Mhm.
They have good teams all over the world. What I'm talking about right now is regarding I'm talking about the NBA itself and where all the best players go to. All the best players go to that league.
Correct.
If you
I
want to,
agree. Yes.
if you want to show who's the best, you go to the NBA. You don't go to Spain to be the best. You don't go to France to be the best. You may come from there.
Yeah.
Like Victor Wembanyama, he could easily have stayed in France and be and be the top dog in that country, and he'll be good.
Absolutely.
Yeah, but if you want to prove yourself to be the best, where do you have to go?
NBA.
Yeah. So let's take Jordan Lyles. Let's take Noah
Jordan.
Lyles. My
Oh,
bad,
okay.
my bad. Let's take Noah for example. If he wanted to be the best runner or track star in the world, he's not gonna just stop at high school. He's not gonna stop at college. He's not gonna stop at world championships. He wants to go to the Olympics and win gold.
Correct.
Because that's where the top competition is at. That's where the top competition is at.
Mhm.
So when it comes to if you are competing against the best in your field, in my opinion, you have the right to be called the world champion.
I see what you're saying.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You have the right to be called a world champion. I'm not talking about country for country and everything like that. I'm talking about where do you go to get the best competition?
But I think that's what he's talking about though.
Okay,
I think
but
he's
his right to the best competition is representing your country in the Olympics. Right? If I ask you where do you go to prove that you're the fastest man in the world? You go to the Olympics.
the Olympics.
Yeah. If you want to prove that you're the best basketball player in the world, where do you go?
You go to the NBA.
Yeah. Yeah. So you understand what I'm trying to say.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, and again, the thing is that people get the thing is that when it comes to that, there's the NBA can't help it that their league is in the United States. You know what I mean? That's where that's the organization that's the way that they have their thing set up.
Yeah.
So if you're one of these players who are from France or Spain or whatever, yeah, you're gonna have to go to one of these teams. You're gonna have to go in the draft. You have to get drafted, and then you have to play with all these other guys and prove that you're and help them win a championship or do something. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I mean? And that's the reason why I think what his take is dumb, because at the end of the day, the NBA guys, the reason why they have the right to call themselves world champions is because they're playing against the best players in the world. If you want to prove that you're the best, you go there.
Mm-hmm.
That's the top. That's the highest level of competition.
Yeah. That is the highest competition. I guess the thing what I was trying to say is that now that we are seeing more talented players coming in internationally, now that we're seeing more, and then now we're having more again when it comes to Victor, we're constantly seeing more people coming outside the United States. So I guess the question that I would have, what I would ask you is, knowing that fact, and now that with the addition of Victor coming in, does this prove that we no longer can say that the gap between the NBA and the rest of the world is just miles away or light years away? Like, can we still say that?
I don't think you can say that, and I think the way that the Olympics have not the Olympics, but actually, yeah, the Olympics, you can say the Olympics have proven that, yeah, you can't say that. You can't say that anymore. But we're really talking about two different things. We're talking about the gap between American players and French players and whatever, and we're talking about an organization.
Mm-hmm.
And when it comes even more so than the Olympics, like the most impressive thing to win, the highest level to win in basketball is an NBA championship. It's not Olympic gold medal, and frankly, it's not any of these other championships around the world.
Whoa! You don't think winning the because winning gold medal against all these other countries pretty much solidifies that you truly are, or undisputably are, the best in the world by beating everybody else. No,
not
wow.
not in that sport. No, in that sport, no. Because here's the thing: when the dream team came to be, right? It was already a known fact that they were going to win that they're going to win the gold.
Yeah.
it was already known. It was well known because they had legitimately the best basketball players in all the world, right? And the reason why they had the best players in the world is because they played in the best league in the world by far, by far. And because the Dream Team, the reason why the Dream Team was so special, it wasn't because of them redeeming themselves after what happened in '88. Because what happened in '80, I think what happened in '88 is that the U.S. team got not. I don't know if they got cheated, but they lost. But here, what happened? They were playing the United States. They were playing college players against pros in other leagues.
Yeah.
And mind you, we still went to the finals. We still got a silver medal, but we weren't playing our best players.
Correct.
We're not playing our best players. Our best players were in the NBA. So they decided, you know what? David Stern came up with the idea. Okay, let's get the 12 best basketball players in the world, right? Put them in the Olympics to help grow the sport internationally. And that's exactly what they did. They used the Dream Team not only to obviously get the gold medal back from, bring it back to the United States, but they also helped to grow the league, to grow the sport overall.
Yeah. Oh, they definitely did that. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why we have so many international players that came into the league, like Tony Kukoc and Arvydas Sabonis, and even later on with Dirk and Manu, all those guys.
Yeah. Yeah. And Turkoglu. I think Turkoglu is one of them too, right? Wasn't Turkoglu one of them? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, and then guys like even then there are some NBA teams that are scouting European talent, because you look at Vlade Divac, he was already in the league when he was already in the league. And Tony Kukoc, I think he was drafted by Chicago before the Olympics. So they knew about him.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that they used the Dream Team was to expand even further out. And and obviously, guys like Jordan, global icon, that was just going it was just going to inspire more and more kids from more and more countries to inspire to grow their game so that they can make it and so that they can play in the NBA.
Yeah.
So let me read some comments from Giovanni. I think he doesn't eat Giovanni. I don't think he agrees with me. All right, so I think this is the first time having you on. So
Yeah. Giovanni Reed. Want to say, appreciate having you here, man. Like, I don't know how you were able to find our channel, but regardless, maybe you could tell us. But I appreciate having you here, man. Much appreciated. So shout out to you, big time.
All right, so this guy talking nonsense. He's talking about me. NBA not world champions. Is the EPL winners world champion because their best players play there? No. And I'm not gonna say expose you because, like I said, I don't know you. But here's the thing.
Okay.
What when it comes to soccer in that sport, here's how they determine who's the best soccer team in the world, at least for that year. They have their leagues, right? They play their team, like you have English Premier League, you have the Spanish La Liga, you have all the teams, right? The winners plus the top 3 runners up compete in this thing called the UEFA Champions League. And whoever wins that are the champions of Europe. That's pretty much what it means. So like the NBA can do the basketball association, the NBA can do the same thing if they wanted to. They can be part of some type of Champions League type thing, and I guarantee you the NBA team's always going to win. Are always going to win because they have the most talent.
Yeah.
So you saying that like obviously you say EPL winners, they're not world champions because they have the best players. To an extent, they're not, because they have a competition that determines that. And I guarantee you, whoever wins that tournament are considered the best team in the league. You want to know why? Because that's the highest level of competition when it comes to soccer. It's the highest level of competition. That's where you have the most talent. That's where you have the best teams. That's the highest level. Even higher than the World Cup. Now, I will say this. Like, winning a World Cup is more important because that's a country thing. Countries care more about soccer and universally than they do about basketball.
Yes.
So I'll put it to you like this: for this country, winning a World Cup in soccer means a lot more than winning a World Cup in basketball. Why? Because in basketball, we expect to win. Because even though we didn't invent the sport, we dominate that sport. In soccer, we are I would say we are middle of the table type team in soccer.
So we're mid tier in soccer.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially globally.
Mm-hmm.
But we have the resources to be the best. We have the resources. The infrastructure is not to the level where we can be the best, but we can get there.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you, if we ever do win a World Cup, that will mean a lot more in this country than the men. And hell, I'll even argue, even when it comes to the women winning the World Cup in the women's side, because why? Because the women we expect to win. At least we should. We have an expectation to win. When it comes to men's soccer, at least in this country, we don't have that expectation. We don't. But if you take the top team, I guarantee you take the top team that win the Champions League, they will smoke any team around the world.
Yeah, and what you mean by that, you take pretty much like take the top 10 guys in the NBA, put them together, and what you're saying is when you put this 10 team together, the starters and the bench players, they will pretty much just annihilate anyone in the rest of the world. Pretty much is what you're trying to say, and because the competition. And because the competition, from what and I agree with you, because the competition isn't even close, you might as well put them as the best team or the best player in the world, because they are better than everybody else in the world. When it comes
if you are competing against the highest level of competition, you are the best of the best.
Yeah,
you are. So he said I'm talking nonsense. Do Japanese sumo wrestlers call themselves world champions? I think they do.
Honestly, I have no idea. I don't know nothing about
this.
But
here's the thing: even if they don't, where do you think the amount of talent for sumo wrestlers would be at? Would be in Japan, where the sport originated from. If the sport originated from there, if they have the most talent, if they have the best talent, if they want to call themselves world champion, they have every right to. Because I guarantee you, if you get a sumo wrestler from this country, let's say if you get a sumo wrestler from the United States, where do you think he's gonna go to want to prove himself? He's gonna go to Japan. If you have a sumo wrestler from Brazil, if he wants to prove where he wants to go to be the best, where does he have to go? He has to go to Japan.
That's what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. And let's take MMA for example. If you are a mixed martial artist, right? Where do you want to go to prove that you're the best mixed martial artist?
UFC.
Exactly. Why? Because they have the best talent. They have the most talent. They have the deepest talent pool. You know what I'm saying? It's not a hard concept. All right, let me see. All right, so he said that not necessarily you got the world championship. That is just track and field. Olympics is more than just track and field. I understand that, but if you want to prove that you're the best track and field athlete in the world, where do you go to do that at? You can win all the world championships in the world all you want, but we all know that people, men and women, they're judged by gold medals. They're judged by Olympic medals. He said that the Olympic medal is more valuable than the NBA championship. I don't think it is.
See that's see that now I can't as of right now I don't necessarily think I could definitely pick which one is more valuable because I do believe that the U.S. Winning a gold medal and proving to the world that we are the best by beating every single pretty much every country whatever who we face. I do think that that does somewhat solidifies that oh yeah we're definitely the best because now we've proven that we just beat every single country that pretty much got into our way. We beat them. But I think what you're trying to say is winning a ring is more valuable, more important than winning a gold medal. In what you're trying to say.
Yeah, because to me, the NBA is the highest level of competition.
Yeah.
Because I mean, look, you have like I said, you have good teams like you have France and you have Spain or whatever, but there's definitely other teams out there where they're not fielding guys who can play in the NBA. In the NBA, every guy should be there. Realistically, every guy should be there.
Yeah.
And again, and let me also preface it by saying this: if Luka Doncic wins the NBA championship and wins a gold medal for his country, I think he would care more about the gold medal. I do believe that.
Okay.
If Manu Ginobili, obviously he's a champion for San Antonio. Let's say if he won a World Cup, if he won the Olympics, for Argentina, I think he would care more about winning the Olympics in Argentina.
Okay. Yeah.
Now, when it comes to an American player, the only guy I've heard that say that is Carmelo Anthony, and I don't believe him for a fucking second.
Oh, yeah. I remember we even talked about that. We
Yeah.
quick mention about that. Yes, and in the private chat. Yes.
And I don't believe him for a fucking second because he's never been close to winning. He's never been close to winning NBA championship. He's never been
okay.
close.
So you're what you thinking that because he was never close, he's using that as a cop out. Oh, I think winning a gold medal is more important than winning a championship. Well, I'm a gold medalist. I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah. I think for American players, I think that they look at the pinnacle of basketball success is the NBA finals.
Right. Because you're automatically facing the best of the best by default anyway.
Exactly. Let me see.
Yeah, there's still a couple more.
Which is harder? I think so. I can cook this dude. You're not cooking me, bro. You're I'm telling you right now, because I'm gonna tell you right now, because you're not correct. You're not correct in this. There's no argument that you can make to where you would be correct.
Actually, that's debatable. Now, this is the last one. Do you think he has a point here, though? Go ahead.
Calling you okay. That's just arrogance. Calling yourself world champion when competing in your own country. It is what it is. It is what it is. That's what all the best players aspire to play in the NBA. Every player in every NBA, every basketball player in the world who's worth a damn inspired to be in the NBA.
I think what he's trying to say is I could be wrong. I don't want to speak for him. He could just say if I'm right or wrong about this. But remember what I meant. Remember what you and I had just mentioned. How we mentioned all these other players that's coming from different countries.
I think, but where do they all want to go?
No, but I think what he's saying is that we have more talent internationally now. We have more talent,
Steve, and I'm not denying that. My thing is that all that international talent they want to go to the NBA. That's the organization that has the highest level of basketball. That's where they want to go. If let's say, for example, if Europe was the best place to play basketball, I guarantee you're going to see a bunch of bunch of American players going to Europe. So you see it right now in soccer. All of our best players in our U.S. national team, They all play in Europe. Why? Because that's where the best talent and the best competition is there. That's where it's at.
Yeah.
They don't stay here. And we have a league. We have a soccer league, Major League Soccer.
Yeah.
But all of our best talent goes overseas to Europe because that's where the best soccer, that's where the most competitive soccer, that's where the most high stakes soccer, that's where they go
Yeah.
to get that experience.
So pretty much winning let's say a champion here, a championship in soccer here is pretty much minuscule compared to winning one in Europe.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. Because look, the when you look at the competitions when it comes to club teams, right? Okay, so let me put it to you like this. The most watched basketball is going to be in the NBA. Easy.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Without question.
Mm-hmm. The most watched soccer is going to be done overseas in Europe.
Yes.
Why? Because they have the best competition over there.
But see, that's why you know way more about soccer than I do. I thought it was South America. That's what I thought. I thought
they are constantly they're probably number 2 when it comes to sheer talent because a lot of European talent, a lot of the European teams, they'll go to South America to find the next great soccer player like Neymar or Messi and guys like that.
Okay.
So they're technically number 2. South America number 2. And
so I wasn't far off. Okay.
No, you definitely wasn't far off. And I've always said when it comes to MLS, right? Like this idea that they're going to be better than the European leagues, that's a pipe dream. That's a pipe dream. They had a 100-year head start. It's never going to happen.
Mm-hmm.
Where they need to be at, they need to become the second best place to play soccer in the world.
Got it.
They need to surpass South America. That's who they need to surpass.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? That's who they, and that's not going to be easy because like you said, Brazil, Chile, Argentina, those countries, they produce soccer talent, constantly. Because soccer is the number 1 sport over there.
Correct.
And over here, it is not. Soccer is growing, but it's not. It will never ever be the number 1 sport in this country. It'll never be.
Well, but based on this next comment, I think he does. I think he's trying to get you with this point right here in his next comment.
You said that Olympics every 4 years, NBA championship is every year. You got like 4 times max to win an Olympic champion. All right, that's fine. But at the end of the day, when it comes to we're not arguing over, like, to me, look, I don't think winning a gold medal, like, it depends on the sport. But when it comes to basketball players in this country, I don't want to hear any guy say that, Olympic gold medal is more important than winning an NBA championship. I don't want to hear that.
Well, that's too late. We already did hear that.
You're right. That's why I called Carmelo out on it. And I think Charles Barkley might have said the same thing. And
wow.
I think he might have said the same thing. And it's funny that guys who have no ring say that.
Oh, very good. I like that. I like that.
I'm just being honest. In this country, since we have the best league, we value that championship more than the gold medal in basketball.
Right. Yeah.
Because we expect to win. The only time that people gave it, like after the Dream Team, 92 and 96, no one didn't give a shit about the Olympic team. The only time that people started caring is when we started losing. That's the only time people started caring. They started caring after we started losing.
Yeah.
And now that and right now we're in the World Cup right now, and we don't have the best players going over there. We don't. But that in some way that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. Because the team that we sent that lost in 2004, talent all over the place. but they didn't know how to play well together in the international game. So we have more talent, but it's just the team were constructed better around the globe.
Yeah.
So we had to really retool, get commitments from guys like LeBron and Kobe and Dwayne Wade and everything like that, and then we got back on top.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Do we call the Champions League winners world champions? No. Do you call lacrosse league champions world champion? No. I don't see why not. I don't see why not. If you have if the Champions League win if you have the champions of the winners of the Champions League, they are the very best of the best, because that's the highest level of competition. Winning the Champions League means that you are the top champion of all the champions. That's what it means. And then the same thing with lacrosse. If they have a lacrosse league championship, they should be called world champions.
Right.
If you are competing against the very best of the best and you win, you have a right to call yourself a world champion. You have a right to say that. So going all the way back to Noah Lyles, right? The reason why I don't agree with his take is because at the end of the day, what the NBA doing, what he's doing, they're doing the same thing. It's just done differently. You're competing against the best track and field guys in the world, and these NBA players are competing against the best NBA players in the world. They are. It's just the way that it's constructed is different, and people just only look at it they only look at it as, oh well, all these teams are American. Okay, but not every player is American.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? They pick out the best teams, the best players in the world, and pay them a lot of money to play for them. And is all the best talent from around the world. So the competition, you're competing against the best of the best.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't you call yourself a world champion if you're competing against the best of the best?
And I everything from what I think the key word that you had used was the competition, because I was somewhat on his side in the beginning. Now I'm actually leaning towards on your side now, and again, the reason why I was pretty much leaning towards to Noah was for the simple fact that, in my opinion, I didn't think that we could use we're the most dominant, because we've seen so many talent coming internationally, like a Joel Embiid and a Giannis and Luka and Joker and all these other guys, and now Victor.
Yeah.
And all the other people we have in the past, like Tony Parker, like you mentioned Turkoglu, and so we had so many people coming internationally, to where I thought at a certain point that we no longer can say, or that we're unanimously or definitively that we are the best, now that we have all these talent coming elsewhere now. But at the end of the day, now that they are in the NBA, yeah, we're pretty much the best, because we're constantly getting the best talent over here. And here's the thing, what I want to say about Noah, now that I'm actually leaning towards on your direction. Keep in mind, the United States and like I said before, Jamaica has really been the only two countries that has been dominating when it comes to track and field. Dude, when it comes to the 100 meter, the last 5, 6, 7 years has only been US and Jamaica. That's it.
Well, I feel like a lot of that was Usain Bolt, right?
Usain Bolt, yeah. Remember, Usain Bolt was dominating from, I think it was from 2009, 2015.
Yeah, so it was him for, because I remember when I was growing up, it was Michael Johnson. I remember what's that dude's name? Something Bailey. Was it Don Bailey? Yeah, I don't remember. He was Canadian.
I think you mean Donovan Bailey.
Donovan Bailey, yeah, the Canadian. I remember him having a string of success. I don't know if he ever won a gold medal, but I know
I think he only won one in 1995. I think it
Yeah.
was. He only won one.
So I mean, yeah. And look, I don't want to shit on his accomplishment. I think what he's doing is obviously top level stuff. Absolutely. Like I'm not. To me, I'm just trying to understand why he can't see the correlation between what he does and what the NBA guys do. And I think he gets caught up in the same minutia that you got caught in and what Giovanni is getting caught in. Like they're only just looking at it from, oh well, these are all American teams. And yes,
Yeah.
they are all American teams, but they're not all American talent.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If it was just American talent, then you can make an argument. Even though I do think America in general do have more talent than the world, you can make that argument. You can make a better argument for that. But
Well, I think, but you could only say that because everybody came here. Like if Tim Duncan, Tony Parker, Giannis, if they never came here, I don't think you'd be able to say it anymore.
no, yeah, absolutely. But the thing is that because all the internet, like what the NBA players are doing, they're competing against the best players in the world.
Correct.
And when you're competing against the best talent in the world, and you win, you have the right to call yourself world champion. It's that simple.
Yes. Yeah. So the last thing I want to I'm gonna say is that Noah should pretty much know how it feels like to pretty much dominate the rest of the world, because outside of him and who's the other guy? I think what's his name? Fred. I forgot his last name. Fred and Dustin Griffin. Everybody else, they really cannot compete. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody else, and when it comes to track and field, could really compete, against Noah or Fred, and I know a lot of the Japanese guys, the Jamaican guys, bro. I'm telling you, right now, with the exception of let me think, with the exception of what's his name? I think his name was Tyson Gay, and I think and Justin Griffin.
Mm-hmm.
The last person. No, let me start over. The last person that ever won a gold medal outside of US and Jamaica was this dude named Remy, something like that, and I think he's from London. I think he's from London, and I think that was back in 2017. And after him, the only other person that ever won a gold medal was, like I said before, was like back in 2001 or 2000 or 2001. So you have just decades of pure dominance between the U.S. and Jamaica. Nobody else can compete against you guys. There's nobody else that can compete against U.S. There's really nobody else that can compete, against Jamaica when it comes to, track and field. So I think, in my opinion, that because of that, and the reason why I'm mentioning all of this is that because he is dominating so well in this sport, and he could say, well, yeah, I'm the best. I'm the best. I'm one of the best. Blah 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 blah. From what you have been saying when it comes to competition, I think the NBA players do also have the right to say the same thing, because one, they dominate in the Olympics anyway. They're constantly, winning gold medals in the Olympics anyway. And two, like you mentioned, and how I mentioned, everyone outside of the U.S. is coming to the United States also, and because they're also coming into the U.S. and competing against one another, I mean, I think that pretty much solidifies that, yeah, they can say that they're the best in the world. Again, I understand what Noah is trying to say.
Yeah, I get it too. I get it. But yeah, go ahead, continue.
Yeah, I understand what Noah's trying to say, but I think now you started to persuade me and to lean more in your direction, based off everything what you had said, pretty much based on competition. But I understand what Noah's saying, and I understand what Giovanni is saying also.
Yeah,
So,
I get it, but like I said, and before we end, let me wrap everything up here. when you talk about competition, when you're talking about the best of the best, right? That's what you need to focus on. It's not about, again, it's not about the country that the league is being taken in. Like, you have to forget about that, because at the end of the day, they're scouting the NBA. They're scouting the best talent from around the world. And when it comes to talent pool, the talent pool in America is bigger
Mm-hmm.
than other countries. But even with that, like, they're going after the best talent around the world. Every basketball player worth a damn wants to play in the NBA. And when you have that, you have all the best. You have all the best American players. You have all the best international players playing there.
Yeah.
How is it not? How is it not a world championship? Because it's taking place between Houston and Toronto, as opposed to being taking place between the United States and Japan. That don't make no sense.
I
At the
see
end
what
of
you
the
mean.
day, yeah. When it comes to talent pool, when it comes to competition, if you're going against the best of the best, you're the best. You're the world champion. Just like in any other sport, like we mentioned with the Champions League. If you win that competition, I have no problem with you being called the best, a world champion. Why? Because you competed against the best teams and what is widely considered the best competition in the world.
Yeah.
Same thing go with football. Frankly, for us in this country, if you're competing against the best of the best, then you should be called a world champion.
Mm-hmm. Oh, look, we got someone said he's saying since now I think you're talking about Noah. He's saying since it's not a world competitive stage, you're not a world champion. Now I'm gonna read the rest of it, but I think see this is why I said I truly understand what Noah is saying. I think he's talking about in a technicality. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying? Like in a technicality, type of sense, they're not world champions because they didn't compete against anybody else, only within that country. Now he says, but it is a world stage. You're only locked out if you live in North Korea.
yeah.
So yeah, so again, he's saying because it's you're not competing against everybody else, you technically cannot call yourself a world champion. Is what Nolan is saying.
No, yeah, I get what he's saying, but at the end of the day, like I said before, if you're competing against the best of the best in your field, then you should be considered a world champion. And if all the best talent internationally is coming to your league, and you're competing against those guys and you win, yeah, you're the best in the world.
Yeah,
Because
you you're
every
you're you're not moving. You're sticking to that
yeah,
wholeheartedly. Yeah.
yeah, 'cause every basketball player worth a damn wants to compete in the NBA.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, we can leave it there.
Yeah. You pretty much proving your point. And
No,
yeah,
I appreciate Giovanni coming in and debating with me. I'm fine with that.
yeah. This was a very 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 good discussion. Like I knew it was going to be a little lengthy when it comes to this because man,
Mhm.
like I know for a fact the NBA players were pissed off. When he got because look, they feel like they're the best, and I'm pretty sure a lot of them thought that was very offensive. What he says, and plus, remember when I played the audio, it seemed like he was mocking them. So it was clear
Yeah,
that
it was weird. It was weird that he only pointed them out and not any other sport.
oh okay. Nolan says, but what it matter if you're better than any team anyone can come up with by default. Wait, hold on. What? Wait, say it again. Let me see. But what's it matter if you're what does it matter if you're better than any team anyone can come up with by default? You know what he's trying to say?
No,
Yeah,
no.
no, you're gonna have to maybe if you could reword it somewhere. I'm trying to understand what you mean. What
And like
does
I
it
said,
matter?
if you guys want to continue the discussion, we can do that in the Discord.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Show share Giovanni the Discord.
Overrated podcast is underneath my name. Can I put a link? Let me see if I can put a link. Yeah, let me get the link out. I'll put it in the chat when I get a chance. Okay. So he said that. So Nolan continues. He said that you want to be the best, play Luca, winner take all trophy and medal.
Oh, so he means okay.
But where does Luca play? He plays in the NBA. He could have stayed in Spain, but he knew everyone knew that in order to be the best, you have to compete in the best league. And the best league is is um is the NBA.
Yeah.
So yeah. So I'm about to share. I'm about to share the Discord in the chat right now.
Yeah, Giovanni. So he's gonna share the Discord, right now. Yeah, if you could, if you wanna, if you wanna definitely join the Discord, you're more than welcome to join. If you, I really appreciate that you actually joined us and you debated. And yeah, if you wanna, subscribe and give us a like and share, this content, that'll be great. And that goes for everybody else that's on the chat. Like if you want to give us a quick like and just share this to everybody else, please, whether it's on Twitter or IG, Facebook, whatever app that you have, it'll be greatly appreciated. This day, even with just two topics, hey, I really enjoyed this podcast.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, there's the Discord right there. Overrated podcast. Whenever you get a chance, join. And have fun. But anyways, yeah, it was a good. It was a good. It was even though only two topics, but we did good. We did good. So let me do the roll call. Nolan, thank you for watching. Giovanni, thank you for watching. Um, Ruben, thank you for watching. Critical Drop, thank you for watching. And yeah, I think we're good. I think we're good here. So yeah, so like I said, um, Thursday, be on the lookout. If you're in the Discord, be on the lookout, and we'll see. I'll see if I can make it for Thursday show. For a Thursday show, likely, I'll let Siegfried know in advance if we can do the show. And Saturday, if we can do a show on Saturday, we can. Everything you guys need to know will be done in the Discord.
Yeah, and look, if it all works out, this will be the very first time that we did three shows in 1 week, which I think is fantastic. I enjoy trying to give you guys as much content, especially all the people that's constantly asking when's the next show, why we're only doing once a week. Once again, not try to annoy anybody, especially Hoovy, but it is a very good problem to have. And also, I want to say that we're almost at 100 subs.
Mm-hmm.
That is definitely something I am proud and really happy about. I mean, yeah, it did, take time. People may laugh at us or whatever, but I don't care. Everything is an all work in progress, and the fact that we're still relevant, even we're only doing one show a week, truly shows me that we're doing something special. So, once again, Giovanni, appreciate you coming, man. Like, I hope you come and joining us again. I don't know if you're a gamer, but if you are, come join us Thursday because I think we may have a show regarding to gaming news. For all that being said, thank you all for joining us. God bless you all. We appreciate you. This is the Traditionalist 101 signing out. Have a good one.
All right, guys, have a good night, you guys.